Ever thought about this? While we complain about a 50 degrees Fahrenheit morning, there's a place on Earth where even breathing can be dangerous. Welcome to Oymyakon, Siberia, the coldest village on the planet, where temps can hit minus 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds insane, right? Yet somehow, hundreds of people call it home. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the cold. This village is all about insane contrasts, wild traditions, and jaw-dropping stories. Imagine a single place swinging more than 100 degrees Celsius between winter and summer, from deep freeze to green meadows in a matter of months. It's paradoxical, it's bizarre, and it's absolutely fascinating. And here's where it gets even better. Hidden inside this icy tale are forgotten World War II secrets, haunting legends, and everyday survival hacks you've never even dreamed of. Stick around, because what you're about to discover goes way beyond the thermometer. Extreme location. Imagine a place where cold isn't just a season, it's an identity. We're talking about Oymyakon, a tiny village tucked away in the heart of Siberia, sitting right by the Oymyakon River. Just thinking about people choosing to settle there already makes you scratch your head, right? It's like life itself said. You wanted adventure? Well, here you go. This extreme location alone demands respect. It's not a spot you just stumble upon on a map, but a frozen corner almost cut off from the world. Crossing that land feels like stepping onto another planet. Ice-covered roads, landscapes straight out of a post-apocalyptic movie, and a constant sense of isolation. This extreme location turns every trip into an expedition, almost like a survival test. And here's the kicker. Even with all those barriers, locals learn to live with the impossible, treating it like it's nothing more than a daily routine. That's some next-level adaptation right there. When you actually look at the map and see Oymyakon tucked in a valley, surrounded by mountains and frozen rivers, it suddenly makes sense why people call it the end of the inhabited world. But here's the twist. Beyond this extreme location, there's something even more insane waiting for you. It's not just isolation. The cold here has shattered world records and turned Oymyakon into a place where nature pushes humans to the absolute limit. Cold record. Get this. Back in 1926, Oymyakon made history with a mind-blowing record of minus 71.2 degrees Celsius, minus 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you even wrap your head around that? It's so cold. The very air you breathe feels like it could freeze in your lungs. This cold record wasn't just some random weather stat. It was living proof that this region is the ultimate limit of human survival. When people say it's the coldest inhabited place on Earth, they're not exaggerating. It's a documented fact. Now picture this. Spitting water into the air and watching it turn into ice before it even hits the ground. Or breathing out and seeing your breath crystallize instantly into tiny floating shards. This cold record turned Oymyakon into a legend, the kind of fact that makes anyone wonder, how on earth do people actually live here? But for the locals, it's just another Tuesday. And here's the kicker. This cold record wasn't just a one-time freak event. In Oymyakon, it's practically a lifestyle. It's a reminder that Mother Nature doesn't cut deals in this place. But if you're thinking it's all about the thermometer, hold on. The real reason behind this frozen hell has more to do with geography than you'd expect. Geographical reasons for so much cold. The insane cold in Oymyakon isn't random. There's science behind it. The village sits deep in a valley surrounded by mountains, which act like a natural trap. Cold air sinks, gets stuck, and has nowhere to escape. Boom, you've got an icebox effect. These geographical reasons basically create a cold prison that Mother Nature designed with brutal precision. And then there's the latitude. We're talking about a spot where the sun, during winter, barely even shows its face. And when it does, it's weak, tired, like it's not even trying. Add to that the extreme continental climate, and you've got yourself a recipe for temperatures that defy logic. It's like the Earth itself picked Oymyakon to host an eternal ice show. And honestly, it nailed the setup. Think of it this way. Living in Oymyakon is like living inside a freezer you can never unplug. But unlike your kitchen fridge, you don't get to just swing the door open and step out. These geographical reasons are the scientific explanation for something that, at first glance, feels like pure magic. And the craziest part? This brutal geography has shaped the locals' daily life into a full-blown survival manual. Everyday life in extreme conditions. Daily life in Oymyakon is straight out of a survival movie. The ground is permanently frozen, permafrost, which means even digging a hole to plant a pole can turn into a war. Every little task is a reminder that nature runs the show here. Nothing's easy or normal. Even starting your car is a strategy game. Locals often keep engines running for hours just to stop them from freezing solid. And it's not just cars. Pens stop working, fuel thickens up like honey, and electronics just give up. Imagine trying to send a quick text only to find your phone literally froze before you did. This everyday life in extreme conditions means even the tiniest chore becomes a challenge. Something that takes us seconds might take hours there, unless you get creative. And that, believe it or not, builds a crazy sense of community among the villagers. What blows my mind is how normalized this all is. Kids still go to school when it's minus 50 degrees Celsius, and classes only get canceled if it dips lower than that. Think about it. While most of us complain about a chilly morning, these kids are walking to school in conditions that could literally freeze skin in seconds. And the question is, how do they keep a culture, an economy, and even a sense of joy alive in a place like this? Local culture and economy. Amidst all that ice, Oymyakon's local culture and economy became a masterclass in adaptation. With only about 500 to 900 residents, people had to figure out survival in a place where farming is almost a joke. The frozen soil doesn't give much, so they lean heavily on reindeer and horse meat. Eating horse isn't some exotic delicacy. It's as everyday for them as rice and beans are for us. But don't think it's just about hunting and waiting out winter. The local culture and economy also depend on ice fishing, an essential lifeline for protein year-round. Picture this, chopping through thick ice just to reach a river and fish, while the air around you could literally freeze your breath. For us, it sounds insane. For them, it's tradition, passed down through generations. And of course, trading furs completes this survival cycle, just as it has for centuries. What's wild is that even in this harsh environment, community life thrives. Festivals, rituals, and an almost legendary sense of hospitality are woven into their culture. It's like they've embraced the cold as part of who they are, turning hardship into identity. But that's not the only jaw-dropper. Wait until you hear about the insane temperature swings, where Oymyakon goes from freezer to sauna in just a few months. Extreme temperature amplitude. As if being the coldest village on Earth wasn't enough, Oymyakon's extreme temperature amplitude defies everything we know about climate. Picture this, minus 71 degrees Celsius in winter, and then plus 30 degrees Celsius in summer. That's a swing of over 100 degrees Celsius. It's like living in two different worlds on the same piece of land. Winter here is merciless. Rivers freeze solid, trees are locked in ice, and time itself seems to stand still. But then summer hits, and it's a total plot twist. The snow melts, fields turn green, and wildflowers suddenly pop up like magic. This extreme temperature amplitude forces locals to swap fur coats for t-shirts in what feels like the blink of an eye. Crazy, right? And it's not just for show, it shapes their way of life. Summer is a frantic race against the clock, planting, harvesting, and storing every bit of food possible. Winter, on the other hand, is like a communal hibernation. This extreme temperature amplitude isn't just about weather. It's practically a metaphor for life itself. Highs, lows, and the need to adapt. But beyond climate, Oymyakon hides some jaw-dropping stories in its history that connect this icy outpost to the rest of the world. Curious historical aspects. Oymyakon isn't just about cold and geography. It's got some curious historical aspects that show even the most isolated places can shape world events. Take World War II. This frozen corner was part of the Lend-Lease air route, linking the US and the Soviet Union. Imagine pilots braving skies so cold their planes could literally ice over mid-flight, all to deliver crucial supplies. And then there's the infamous Kolyma Highway, known as the Road of Bones. Built under Stalin's regime, it earned its chilling name because countless prisoners died during construction, their bodies often buried beneath the permafrost. These curious historical aspects reveal a darker side of Oymyakon, where the extreme cold preserved not just landscapes, but also haunting human stories. What's fascinating is how locals keep these memories alive, passing them down like frozen legends. The cold here isn't just physical, it's symbolic, a freezer of history that refuses to fade. And that's what makes Oymyakon so unique. It's not just the coldest village in the world, it's a living museum of survival, resilience, and memory. So now you know, Oymyakon isn't just about cold weather stats. It's proof that human grit, culture, and history can thrive even in a place where minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit feels normal. But let me throw it back to you. Would you survive in a spot where the air itself tries to freeze you solid? Or would you rather keep complaining about that chilly morning commute? If people can build a community, traditions, and even pride in the harshest place on Earth, what excuse do we really have for not tackling our own challenges? Think about it. Maybe the obstacles in your life aren't there to break you, but to shape you, just like Oymyakon shaped its people. And hey, if this blew your mind, just wait until the next story. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join me on this ride. Because trust me, the next video will reveal secrets even crazier than this frozen village. You don't want to miss it.